This video will show you how to depalletize your IV rain barrels and set up for a distribution event. Each pallet contains 33 barrels, lids, and component kits. Start by cutting the stretch wrap to expose the large box and take it off the pallet. Our pallet was not sitting on level ground, so it was time to bring in a friend before removing the rest of the stretch wrap. Always move slow and don't be afraid to ask for help when depalletizing, as the stacks are tall and heavy. Continue to cut the stretch wrap to fully expose the stacks of rain barrels. Carefully remove the stretch wrap, taking care not to knock over any of the stacks. Use the stretch wrap or cardboard to lay on the ground where you will lower the first stack. Each stack is very heavy. Make sure you have 2 people for this part. Each stack has one lid at the very top. Lower the stack until you can reach the lid and then remove it. Continue to lower all of the barrels until the stack is lying on its side. You can now begin to remove the barrels and place them upright in rows. Never drag the barrels across the pavement, as this can damage the plastic. We also recommend making a few stacks of 2, as this will make loading orders of multiple barrels easier. As you remove and stage the barrels, double check for quality control. Some of the barrels may be warped. This is not a defect. Placing them in the sun should restore their original shape. Make sure the bottom port has threads and a hole cut into the barrel, and the overflow ports on the sides are not damaged. This is an example of a damaged barrel that should not be distributed. Any barrels that have defects or major scratches should be placed upside down and not distributed. Please take pictures of any defective or damaged barrels and send them to Rainwater Solutions. Open the box of IV component kits and place 1 bagged component kit in each barrel. Double check for a component kit, then place a lid on each barrel. In the double stacked barrels, place both kits in the top barrel. Also check that the screen and screen ring are on each lid. Sometimes these fall off in transit. If a lid does not have a screen and screen ring, check around the pallet to find the missing pieces. Lastly, break down the cardboard box and recycle it. Unfortunately, not all cities offer recycling for soft plastics like the stretch wrap. Please check if the stretch wrap can be recycled in your area and recycle if you are able. Set aside the pallets and offer them during the event to anyone with a pickup truck or trailer. Once the distribution event begins, direct cars to you to load up their barrels. Ask the drivers to put their cars in park before loading, and double check each barrel for a component kit. Loading the barrels into the back seat is easiest. If loading into the trunk of a hatchback, ask the driver to put the back seats down. If loading into a pickup truck, let the driver know they will need to tie down the barrel. 3 barrels should be able to fit in the back seat of most cars. For larger orders, you may need to get creative with loading. We were able to fit 8 IVs into this Prius wagon. If your area is following COVID-19 safety protocols, we recommend instructing drivers to write their names, order number, and number of barrels purchased on a sheet of paper. During check-in and loading, drivers can hold that piece of paper in their window and minimize exposure for staff and volunteers. Remember, while depalletizing, that safety is the most important thing. Move slow and do not be afraid to ask for help.